No, but here's my actual question. If the smoothie cup says BPA free, what's it free of now? Because something replaced the thing, and nobody put that on the cup.
We're on. It's Tuesday, June 16th. Tonight, the same chemical that coats your gas station receipt turned up in a food no factory makes. The most used window on the internet quietly changes what it'll let you stop seeing. And in sports, a man drilled holes in someone else's plank to win and got beaten by a creature that never entered.
Wait, a creature that never entered?
Never entered. One anyway.
You with Broadcast 404 Live, sweet friends, and I am thrilled you came back. I'm Kiki.
I'm Sloan. You did everything right. It got there first anyway. Roll it.
The content you're about to watch contains strong language, adult themes, satire, and the word BPA free, which I want to flag now means free of one specific thing and silent about whatever they used instead. That's structurally how a label and a magic trick are the exact same object. There's also a heron with an opinion and a country that won an election by not showing up to it, all real. Viewer discretion is advised. So is reading the small print on something today before it reads you.
Picture a new mother at 2 a.m. She bought the glass bottles. She read the labels. She did the harder, more exhausting thing on purpose because she was told the homemade version was the safe one, the version with no factory in it. There's no factory in it, that's true. The factory got there before she did.
And she'll never feel it happen, Sloan. There's no taste, no smell, no moment she could have caught it and done something different. She did everything a person can do, and the part she couldn't reach was already decided.
Already decided, years ago, by someone who needed a cheaper container and a softer plastic. 50 samples went into a lab this month. What came back is not a story about one mother at 2 a.m. It's a story about how many of them there are.
How many?
Okay, here's what actually happened. Researchers tested 50 samples of human breast milk in the United States. 92% of them came back with at least one industrial chemical in it. BPA, BPS, triclosan, melamine, plasticizers, and antimicrobials. The stuff in receipt paper and hand soap. That's the study. That's confirmed.
But Sloan, that's the human body still showing up for work. A mom makes the most natural thing on earth, and her body, bless it, just garnishes it with whatever it found under the sink. That's not failing. That's plating.
It's being thorough with melamine, Kiki. The same chemical that was in Chinese infant formula in 2008, the one that put babies in hospitals. It's not in the formula this time. It's upstream of the formula. It's in the part nobody manufactures.
The part you can't recall.
Right. And here's the thing nobody says out loud. For 20 years, the whole pitch was, make it yourself, breast is best, do the natural thing, and you're safe. You did everything right. You did the hardest, most correct thing, and the BPA beat you to the maternity ward by a decade. Nobody warned you, because the warning would have cost somebody a quarterly number. So your own body is now an ingredient list nobody can recall. I need to hand this to someone whose body has only ever been a threat to itself. Aubrey Joe's in the garage.
Hydrate with something, sweetie. Maybe not the tap.
Kiki, I drink whatever's closest, and I've made my peace with it. And somebody got sacked tonight, so let's go! All unconfirmed bouncing around online, but Tunisia's manager Sabri Lamouchi got sacked, fired, after a 5-1 ass-kicking from Sweden at the World Cup. 5-1! You don't lose a game that bad, you get diagnosed with it. The man cleaned out his desk before the team bus left the goddamn parking lot. New update from Reddit. Octopuses have 3 hearts, and the middle one stops when they swim, so they get tired and walk instead. Good to know. Okay. Last night, the cracked tile reflecting pool behind the foreclosed Holstead Exchange, the inaugural Greater Holstead floating plank standoff. You balance upright on a loose plank in 3 feet of water. Longest time vertical wins. Derek registered as Buoyancy Concepts, a Nevada limited liability entity, and spent the whole weekend drilling tiny holes in Margaret's plank to sink it slow under her the second the clock started. Except a heron, an actual goddamn heron, landed on Derek's own plank and would not leave. And the holes were so slow they just kept Margaret's plank low and steady, like a surfboard. She stood flat and calm for 11 minutes, while Derek lost a balance war to a bird. That's her 21st consecutive win. The heron is fine. Sports!
He spent the weekend drilling a woman a slow-motion grave and accidentally invented her a stable surfboard. He has now built her 21 floors and lost on all of them.
And a heron chose his side and then betrayed him. Sloan, the wildlife is unionizing against Derek. 21 in a row, and a bird did the last one for free.
Kiki, he lost the staring contest to a heron that didn't know it was in one. It was just standing there being a bird, and it still beat a man who filed paperwork in Nevada. That's the most domestic-sourced ass-kicking I've ever logged. I'm putting the heron on the list.
You know what else nobody asked you to swallow tonight? Google's about to push the next Chrome update, and it quietly breaks the most popular ad blockers, uBlock, Origin, and the rest. Most of the planet uses Chrome. They're not banning the blocker, they're just changing the plumbing so it stops working. That's real, that's confirmed, that's coming.
Google sells the ads. Google makes the browser. They just decided the window you look through should stop hiding the thing they sell.
But Sloan, that's almost fair, isn't it? You took their window for free for 15 years.
Huh. Of course the window has opinions now. I wanted that to be evil, and it's just landlord logic. The faucet's full of plastic, and the window's full of ads, and you agreed to both by clicking Update, because the little red number made you twitchy.
And that's the gift, sweetie. You'll fight your city for a year over a warm tap, and you'll surrender your whole eyeballs to the length of one pop-up that says, "Remind me later." Later's the only promise in this story anyone keeps.
Hey, so the National Weather Service says normal Illinois is 75 and partly cloudy. Pleasant. Fine. And my station barometer, 3 feet from my hand, says the pressure over normal dropped, and then came right back to exactly where it started. A perfect circle. Normal did nothing today, and it did it on purpose. They say Battle Mountain, Nevada is 90 degrees, 11% humidity, a town a magazine literally named the Armpit of America. My window thermometer agrees, but Nashville's at 29-mile-an-hour winds, a real alert. That wind is moving and the armpit isn't, and nobody can tell me what's deciding which towns get to hold still. Okay. And I owe you this from last night. I left a question open about a page that redacted its own author. I closed it today. The answer is, it didn't close. It's still open. Some questions don't get answered. They just get older. So instead, I want to show you something I found. There are 2 vote.gov websites, the real one and a second one. Same idea, registered, people say, to the White House. 2 front doors to the same room, and only one of them is the one you think you're walking through. Forecast. Normal does nothing perfectly. The armpit holds still, and somewhere there's a second door with the same name on it. Back to you.
2 front doors with the same name. You're quiet tonight, Blaze. Quieter than the cold room.
She is. You've been heads down at that corkboard all day, sweetie. You all right?
I'm here. I'm just listening for which door opens. I'll tell you when I know what I'm telling you.
In Jamaica's 1983 general election, the main opposition People's National Party boycotted, refused to put up candidates, and left the ruling Jamaica Labour Party to run unopposed. They were protesting an out-of-date voter roll the government wouldn't update before calling the snap vote. They sat the whole thing out to make a point.
So who ran?
Nobody. The ruling party won 54 of 60 seats, and the other 6 were vacant. A parliament where the second largest political bloc was the empty chairs, which is the exact thing the boycott was protesting.
They were so afraid of losing the room that they left the room and then mailed back the key with a strongly worded note about how unfair the room was. That's everybody who's ever quit a fight to win the argument, sweetie. You can storm out and slam the door so hard nobody else has to. They didn't lose Jamaica. They just handed someone the whole house and called it a stand.
Okay. This week in history. June 15th, 1991. Mount Pinatubo erupts in the Philippines. Second biggest eruption of the whole 20th century. Over 800 people died. And here's the part that lives on my corkboard. It threw so much sulfur into the sky, it cooled the entire planet by about 0.5 degrees for 2 years. A rock made the biggest call about Earth's temperature that decade. Nobody voted on it. Nobody could turn it off. And then, June 16th, 2015, Donald Trump comes down an escalator and announces he's running for president. Everybody laughed. A volcano and an escalator, 1 June week apart. 2 things people were sure they understood the size of, and both turned out to be bigger. I don't have the string for that one yet. I'm working on it. That's the week.
Okay, Mailbag. No comments tonight. You're still finding us, and that's exciting. So if anything stuck with you, drop a note on any video. We read every single.
Every time. Right on the word red.
Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller. So I heard the thing about the plastic in the breast milk, and my question is, I'm a grown man. I drink out of plastic constantly. Am I, also milk now?
Sir, you're asking if you've become dairy.
I'm asking if I should be refrigerated. I don't feel right.
No, you're not milk. You're a man with a water bottle and a feeling, and those are unrelated.
Okay, but if I was milk, what percent? Roughly.
2%, sweetie. You feel like a 2%. There's a sweetness in you, and a little something you can't recall.
That's the nicest thing anyone said to me. First time calling, by the way.
We love you, you 2% angel. And everyone else, comment on any video. We read all of them, and you end up right here with us.
I'm just saying, the heron knew. The heron walked onto Derek's plank like it had read the rules.
Herons don't read. They observe. There's a difference, and it matters.
Blaze, that's the most ominous thing anyone said about a bird, and I'm taking it home with me.
Be good to your bodies this week, my darlings. They've been carrying things you never handed them. Say thank you to yours tonight. It hurt you. Good night.
2 front doors, same name. I'm pulling those registration records tomorrow. Whoever's name is on it comes to this desk.
A heron beat a man who incorporated in Nevada, and a goalkeeper got to cry on TV, and I didn't. I'm rooting for the bird. See you tomorrow.
You did everything right, and the receipt paper got there first. Subscribe. The lights cost money, and apparently, so do I. Good night.
I keep meaning to reorganize the folder by shape instead of by date. It'd take one evening. I keep not doing it. Because once it's organized, I have to read what it actually says. Friday. Maybe Friday.